There's something that I've been meaning to do and get back to, and it is doing a proper review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega, and how much it has changed since the last time I've actually done a review. It has been almost a year and a half since I reviewed it, and well, I'm finally back to review this program, as it had a lot of time to develop and fix features that had issues. From the past two reviews I gathered from the insight from the creators of the program, and had to talk with the owner, so let's take a look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. It has been a great program to use, in all honesty. I've been using it pretty much ever since it came out. I've seen every update that it's had, and all the issues that it had, well, they fixed it. Now, there are some updates that I've loved and hate about it, but through my perception and thoughts of it, definitely have changed drastically over time. So let's get started. So the menu, it is a simple menu. It is quite nice, and it has an easy flow, and it actually got smoother over time going from part to part. I've never used local play because I really don't have anyone to play locally, but that's for friends if you guys want to have fun and not connect online. The replays I rarely use, but when I usually stream, the VODs are always there for you guys to watch. And so many things have changed through the online feature and the deck manager. So let's go to the deck editor real quick. So the main change that they did, it used to be flip through pages, but now we actually have, you could scroll up and down for the deck manager. And a lot of the great things that I love is you click on the deck, you see that there's a deck list for the deck, which I really like. You can label it, you can give tags to it, and that is actually pretty amazing. Now, you have sync button, you have create button for your decks. You can import YDKs and YDKEs, and you can also export decks into a lot of things. Clipboard codes, YDKs, clipboard recipes, YDK file, all deck codes in CSV, and all decks as YDK in zip. So if you're moving a lot of decks, or you want to share decks with people, this is one of the best ways to do it. And you can also do QR codes with it, which I really have not done that much. And import is the exact same thing. You can have it on your clipboard. You can go through the imports folder. You can also browse for your imports folder, whatever folder you need. And again, QR code. Now, before we get into the actual deck editor, let's go talk about the settings real quick, because there's quite a bit that there is. So you have all of these. You have delay on chain, invert prompts, so you can flip which way you want it. You have the confirm prompt, show card actions on hover, auto flip, which is very useful. Graphics, I really don't change because I like how it is. Same for sounds. I have the background music and the sound effects super low because they are quite loud sometimes. Now, for the cards, we have the card layouts being standard, rush, and anime, and you can do the readable layout as the same. You can select your card font. It goes from 18 to I don't know how big, because I really haven't experimented it. You have holograms, which are pop-ups. You have none, hologram, card, or both. So you can do a little hologram when you summon a card. It pops up with the little card art. You could do the card instead, or both. The size, you can make it super small or super big, or you could just turn it off. You have the field status, card animation. Then you have dynamic display card. I don't have this on, and it's never been on for me. You can have the monsters level in hand and update card on hover, which is very cool. Socials, you can mute player, mute spectators. That's actually very useful if you are playing competitive ladder while streaming. You can also do incognito mode and safe mode, so no one can see you. Join and request and invite, I don't really do, because I usually just play with my friends within my Discord server. Key bindings, I don't really use key bindings. I just use the right and left mouse button. And then others, you can change the language of the program. You could change the card languages, so it could If you don't speak English, you can change it to whatever you want. There's very minimal languages, but it would be interesting to see more languages down the future. You can share replays, deck editor validations, which is pretty much, you can allow as many as you want without limitation. So there's that. You can either have it turned on and off, so you can have fun. And let's now get into the deck editor. So a lot has changed in the deck editor. Before, there used to be no card price, but now there is a card price, so you can see how much your deck totals as a average, which I really do like. Now, I would actually rather go online first for the deck editor because there's more to show. So let's get into it. So we have the main card prompts. As you can see, you can middle click and it pops up bigger so you can see what the card is. And we also have these special rarities. You have rarities from rare all the way up to things like Ghost Rare. So you can see whatever card you want in Ghost Rare, but you cannot combine the rarity, which is absolutely fine. And the new addition that they have, which are element rarities. As we can see, each of them gives a different effect per element, which I really do like. I really love the light and dark one. Those look really nice. Now, these do cost currency in-game, but that is fine because you get those via the tournaments that they run, which they actually started recently, and also playing on the competitive ladder. So, outside of that, they're just there to be like, oh, I have these. And you can also donate to them and get one of each rarity for free and a donation role in their Discord server. So, I'm saying so a lot. I should really stop saying so. Let's get into the card search. As we can see, we have pretty much every card that you can think of that is in Duel Links, Speed Duels, Rush Duels, and TCG OCG. But I do have a few gripes of that, but we're going to get to that later. We have the filters. You can sort by what type of card you want, monster, spell, trap, skill card, and you can go down to the actual sub point that there is, from everything of normal monsters all the way to pendulum rituals, tokens, dark synchros, action spells, speed spells, and command spells, which I really don't know what command spells are. We have every single monster type that you can ask for, along with the Rush Duel type being Magical Knight, High Dragon, Cyborg, Omega Psychic, Celestial Warrior, and Galaxy. After that, you can search the genre cards. It's kind of like the old 3DS games, or DS games, or Game Boy games that you have. So it took inspiration from that. Then we have all the attributes, all 7. I still wish that there was an 8th attribute. You can specify what attack and defense it has between, and same for level and pendulum scales, and link ratings as well. Now, for the card pool, you have new updates, so the cards that were recently added. Favorite cards, which is actually extremely useful, as you can favorite a lot of the staples that you want. You have OCG cards only, which, as we can see, a lot of the normal monsters are here, with a lot of other cards as well. You have TCG only, which are our world premiere cards, and effects, because they do have 2 separate effects. The OCG text and the TCG text. After that, we have World Championship, which is every single card that's legal for Worlds. Duel Links, Rush Duel. Pre-errata cards are super useful if you're playing past formats and all the likes, because there's quite a bit of pre-erratas. Then we have the unscripted cards, which are the cards that aren't scripted yet, but they are still being worked on, or cards without their full archetype yet, like Gold Pride, and just a few anime cards, like Seal of Orichalcos and Millennium Thousand Eyes Virus. Double scripts. Now, I want to talk about double scripts real quick. These are the cards that are based off of both of the texts, being TCG and OCG. So we have the OCG text of Venom Naga and the TCG text of Venom Naga. Now, really, sometimes there's not much of a difference, but as you can see between OCG and TCG, there is quite a lot of difference. In my opinion, this is cool in theory, and I really do like it, but I wish there was a way that you could actually disable it, and it only shows the one type of card instead of having two cards split. Or you can disable it like, oh, which cards would you like to show? Because I mainly play TCG and I only want to go for TCG cards. So have an option where you can select, oh, I want the OCG card text or the TCG card text. Because it really gets confusing seeing both of them just here. It really does. And the OCG card text does not work on TCG Land or vice versa. But that's my only main gripe about the double script cards, is that I wish there was an option to really disable it, where it only shows one side or the other. Custom cards, you can make custom cards for this. I really haven't gotten into that. And we have the card pool for common charity. I have been constantly telling them of cards in OTS packs that aren't even in here, that they're actually legal. So it's always going to be constantly updating with every new set, every new OTS pack, and every single reprint side set. And we have the limitations being forbidden, limited, semi-limited, unlimited, limited 1, 2, 3 for Duel Links players. Then you have beta, legal, and legend. So there's a lot there. But other than that, we have the formats that we need to talk about. We have, of course, your standard unlimited format, OCG, TCG, and Worlds format. You can also play Duel Links and the new OCG Forbidden Limited list, which is very nice. You have speed duels and a plethora of other formats like Goat format, Teledad, Edison, Tengu Plant, Burning Abyss, and I wish they would add a lot of the actual ones that you could get on Format Library or other places that have every single format broken down. It would be quite cool. But I do have a main gripe with these. As we can see, if we go Teledad, it still shows newer cards, still legal. I wish they would actually make it where it only shows cards from that time, even though that it isn't a specific range. I would like to see, like, oh, Teledad format. Cool. You have a specific format for it. You can have it up to these cards. So you can really play anything from September 1st, 2008, all the way to March or February 27th. So those are all the legal cards from February 27th, all the way to the current ban list and before. So there's a few things that needs to be fixed about Teledad or these old formats, but those are things that are minuscule and really don't matter. Then we have the generation duels that Konami provides between DM, GX, 5D, Zexal, and Arc 5. We also have other formats like Trinity, Heart of the Underdog, Kazuki Takahashi, Master Duel, and Halloween. I really haven't gotten into Halloween, but Kazuki Takahashi, you have one of every card that he has pretty much did art for, special art for. After that, let's talk about the test hands. You can do this online and offline, which is very, very lovely. And as we can see, it puts you into a game, and you can figure out how your deck works and what else that there is to do. And you could have just a lot of test hands. The AI is just filled with normal monsters and all that. So it's one thing to definitely to try out to see how it is. And I really like it. There's other ways that you can get AI so you can do against decks. So let's talk about this. So we have our lobby. As we can see, it is a scroll feature showing everyone who is wanting to duel other people or people who are already in duels, which I really do like, as the list goes on forever, and it is always separated from what type of game that they want. So you have locked rooms are coded green. You have your coded white or blue ones, which are just unlocked. And you could also see what type of format they're playing, along with many other things. which I really do like. You can see Master Duel. I don't think anyone is queuing for Speed Duel, Rush Duels, or Duel Links, but that's absolutely fine. Next up, we have Ranked. Ranked is pretty normal. It resets every format, so whenever a new ban list comes out, it auto resets. Same for the OCG format. Then you have Casual. It's the exact same thing, but it's best of one. And I believe that there's others as well. I think they cut out quite a bit of them though, because there were others like Rush Duel and all of that, but now I think it's just Host. There's the event tab, but that's when they announce an event so you could join in. I'm not very specific on I don't know the exact dates, but that is one thing to find out through their Discord. Actually, I do have a thing right here that has all the dates. You have TCG tournaments. Looks like they are every so often. Every Friday is an alternative format, which is very nice. Every Sunday is a OCG tournament, and every Saturday is a TCG format tournament. So if you want to do some free or some tournaments, you can, I believe, give yourself a special role in the Discord, and then go from there. Now let's get into hosting. Hosting is normal. As you can see, you can select your Forbidden Limited list if you want, and many others. Then you have your search to find a player, find it via a room code, and that's pretty much it. Then we have the shop. As we can see, you have all the special rarities that there are, all the other rarities, and this is a new addition as well. You have card backing rarities, which costs 10 times as more than the front. And same goes for the attribute ones. I would really love to have the dark one because that one is actually pretty cool for the front and back. I really would love that. And then we have themes you could do via customizations, and you could add it to a folder that there is on Omega. Other than that, this platform has gotten way better than the last time I played it, and overall, I'm really happy with how it's gone. There are some things that I really didn't like, but they were later fixed, and I can't really think of anything else to talk about, because outside of adding more of the past formats, because there are obscure formats that I really want to play, they really don't have it listed, because that means you have to go into Unlimited and build the deck that you want, then set it up, Unlimited, all that. But if you guys have been playing Omega, let me know what you think about the platform, and if you're wanting to try it, I do recommend it. And let me take a look at my notes real quick, because I think I missed something. There might have been something I missed. No, I really didn't miss anything from my notes. So this is really all that there is. I am really impressed with how far along this program has came, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for it. That's one thing I did want to... There is one thing that I wanted to bring up. These buttons used to be right in the middle, and I'm happy that they moved them away. One of the things that I do miss is the auto deck feature. The auto deck feature was a lot of fun, seeing what decks it would build, and just take it into the ladder and see what happens there. But anyways, I have been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy, and see you guys in the next video.